Students, today we are going to study biology. This is your chapter 2, the flower. As you have also studied this chapter in class 5, over there you have studied about its four whorls: the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Moving in this chapter ahead, we will be studying about all these whorls and all the pollination. As you have studied before, we will be discussing that also. So let's start with this chapter. A flower is usually the most beautiful and colorful part of plant, which serves as a reproductive organ. As we have studied it before also, that the flower only changes into it and causes to give a seed. Okay, as in the previous class you have studied that flower changes into the fruit and fruit contains seeds, and by the seed a new plant can be grown. So it is a reproductive organ. Okay, it is attached to a shoot by means of stalk and or pedicel, as you have studied before, like given over here in this example. I can show you that it is attached with the pedicel. Okay, now talking about the main four whorls, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Moving towards the calyx, this is the outermost whorl made up of tiny green leaf-like structure called sepals. As you can see over here, the sepals are present over next to the pedicels. Next, moving towards the corolla, this forms the second inner whorl. It is made up of structures called petals. These are usually colored or white, but they are never green. So do remember this, underline this also. Okay, the petals make the flower attractive and hence attract insect for pollination, and though you know, by the help of the pollination the flower changes into a particular fruit. Okay, moving ahead towards the third whorl, that is the androecium, that is also known as the male part, which contains the anther, and in anther it contains the pollen grains, as you can see over here. Okay, this yellow structure contains the pollen grains. Okay, they the pollen grains contain the male gamete. Okay, do mark this point. Okay, moving ahead towards the gynoecium, it is the fourth and the innermost whorl of the flower, and it is also known as the female part of the flower. Okay, it contains ovules and which contain a female gamete. Okay, as over here the pollen grains contain the male gametes in the androecium, but in the gynoecium part, the ovules that contain the female gamete. Over in the gynoecium, it is made up of carpel or the pistil. The pistil is further made up of three parts, mean this pistil contains of three parts, which are a swollen ovary. Okay, a tube like style arising from the ovary, and which has an expanded stigma, as you can see over here. Okay, in this part, this is the gynoecium part, and over here this is your which part, your androecium part. Okay, moving ahead, as if in the particular flower there is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium, the particular flower is known as the bisexual flower. Okay, but if there is only androecium or the gynoecium present, then it is known as the unisexual flower. You can see a complete flower having stigma and that staminal tube over there, the calyx. Okay, these are the structure you have to draw in your notebooks and study it. Okay, moving towards the function of the flower, the function of the flower is to produce seeds and fruits. And how this is possible? As you all know, this is possible by the pollination. Okay, pollination is what, as it is defined over here, pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anthers to the stigma of the flower. Okay, and if it is in the same flower, it is known as the self pollination, but if it is in different flowers, it is